Good morning, students. Today we will be going to read how federalism is practiced in India. India got independence in 1947. The constitution was made in the next coming years, next 2-3 years. The constitution was made. When the constitution was being prepared, that time India was divided into provinces and princely state. There were a lot of problem in making constitution, but still we adopted federal principle. Although the word federalism is not used in the constitution, it is said India will be a union of state. That indirectly means federalism. Now, the subjects which are there, the important subjects, are divided in 3 categories. First, union list. These are the subjects of national importance. These are the subjects of national importance, or those subjects on which we need a uniform policy. Are mentioned in union list. That means the subjects which are of national importance, or those subjects on which we need a uniform policy. Like currency cannot be different for Rajasthan or Tamil Nadu. We require same currency for the whole India. So currency will be a subject of union list. Just to remember, it was the Prime Minister who announced that the 500 and 1000 rupees currency note will not be in use. That is, demonetization was announced by Prime Minister. It was not announced by any Chief Minister. That because currency is the subject of national importance. This is only to remember. Similarly, defense. Whenever we say army, it is Bharatiya Sena, Indian Army. It is not Rajasthan Sena, Gujarat Sena, MP Sena. It is always Bharatiya Sena. That means defense is the subject of union list. So these are some examples. Then state list. In state list, those subject means the important things which are of regional importance. The subjects of regional importance are mentioned in state list. Like police, trade and commerce. These are some examples of the subjects of state list. Police, trade, commerce, these are subjects of state list. Now, on subjects which are of union list, only union government, that is central government, can make laws. The subjects of state list, only state government will make law. Only state government can make laws on these subjects. That means central government will not interfere. If there is something related to police, only state government will make law, central government will not make law. Now, concurrent list. These are the subjects of. Next is concurrent list. Concurrent list. In this, the subjects of national as well as regional importance, both are mentioned. The subjects of national as well as regional importance are mentioned in concurrent list. Example, education, trade union. Now it is important to remember, trade is a subject of state list and trade union is a subject of concurrent list. Trade, state list, trade union, concurrent list. So education, trade union, marriage, succession, these are the subjects of concurrent list. Please, at least you have to mention in the answer 2 or 3 examples. Banking, insurance, defense, currency, union list. In this police, trade, commerce, state list. Education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption, succession, these are the subject of concurrent list. Now next important one sentence about concurrent list. In this, union as well as state government both can make law. Union and state government can make laws. But if there is any dispute between the law made by union government and state government, that time the laws made by union government will be applicable. If on any particular topic, state government said we have to do this and union government said we have to do this. Now if there is difference, dispute, then automatically the laws made by union government will be more powerful. And at last, one important point, if the subject is not mentioned in any list, in 1950 the constitution we adopted, that time IT was not there, internet was not there. Now internet या IT will be in, that is residuary subjects. Which are not mentioned in any list are residuary subject, and residuary subjects only union government can make law. The subjects which are not mentioned in any list are called residuary subjects, and only union government can make laws. Example IT. Clear? Next is how the power sharing arrangement, the structure can be changed. Although India is a holding together federation, it is not a coming together federation. For NTSC, etc., those students who are preparing, sometimes it is also called pseudo federal country. Pseudo federal means false federalism. In CBSE it is not there, so please don't mention that. Pseudo federal means somewhat like federalism. That means somehow central government is more powerful. More than 90 subjects are in union list. In a state list, subjects are less. Now, but still, the power sharing arrangement is very proper. Any one level, that is, if a central government tomorrow thinks that we have to change the power sharing arrangement, most of the power we can take, but it will not be possible. If this power sharing arrangement need to be changed, both the houses of parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both has to pass the bill with 2/3 majority, which is very difficult. It is very difficult that the parliament, both the houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, passes any bill with 2/3 majority. If it is done, suppose by any way it has been done, 2/3 majority parliament gets, then at least 50% of the states, more than half of the states should approve that. Then only power sharing arrangement can be changed. That means it is very difficult to change the power sharing arrangement. It is not easy to change. If it need to be changed, that means first 2/3 majority at the central level, that is both the houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, has to pass. Then 50% of the state government also has to approve this. Then only the power sharing arrangement can be changed. Clear? Next, in case if there is any dispute in the power sharing, that is central government and state government, there is some dispute. Central government is saying something else, state government, or on any particular source of revenue, etc., there is difference. Then the judiciary plays the important role. Judiciary will solve that dispute. So we can say judiciary act as umpire in the whole this power sharing arrangement. Clear? So next is linguistic state. The word linguistic means on the basis of language. On the basis of language. After 1947, many states were formed. The formation of a state was based on language, culture, geography, etc. Then gradually there was a demand for linguistic state, that means formation of state on the basis of language. I think it was first time done in Madras province. In the map of India, if you see, here there is Madras province, that is present day Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Now it is further Telangana also. So this was complete Madras province. There was one person, Sri Ramulu, and he started a fast unto death on the issue of linguistic state. They said that Andhra Pradesh need to be separated from Tamil Nadu because this is Tamil speaking region, Tamil Nadu, and this is Telugu speaking area. Finally, after the death of Sri Ramulu, the leaders accepted this demand, and Andhra Pradesh was made a separate state. So, question when generally it is asked linguistic state, it is a 3-mark question. Formation of state on the basis of language was raised after independence. Some of the national leaders, the top leaders of that time, 1950s, they feared that today they are demanding on the basis of language, tomorrow they will demand any more thing, and in this way the country will divide. So they had a fear that this will disintegrate the nation. It will divide the nation. So they resisted this demand for some time. So they resisted initially because it was a new thing, a new experiment. But gradually, when the demand was there, and finally they accepted that suppose we separate Tamil Nadu from Andhra Pradesh, and after that there was peace and harmony. There was no problem. And this experiment which was done in India of linguistic state was very successful. Today, people all over the world read this, that dividing the country in a state can also unite the nation. We have divided, but ultimately we have united. So this is all about linguistic state. Clear?